Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk about something that's been bothering me all season. The concerning pattern of targeting we're seeing in the WNBA, specifically against rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. Look, I'm going to lay out some numbers that should alarm everyone who cares about player safety in professional basketball. This season, Caitlin Clark has been on the receiving end of 5 flagrant fouls. Now, you might think, okay, that's part of the game, right? But here's the kicker. Those 5 flagrant fouls represent 17% of all flagrant fouls called in the entire WNBA this season. Let that sink in for a moment. But it gets worse. 4 of those 5 flagrant fouls came from players on the same team, the Chicago Sky. This isn't coincidence, folks. This is a pattern, and it's dangerous. Now, I want to be fair here. Physical play has always been part of professional basketball. I'm not saying every hard foul is intentional targeting. Some of these plays fall into different categories. You've got legitimate basketball plays that escalate, like some of the landing zone violations we've seen. Those happen in fast-paced sports. Then you have plays that are more aggressive than necessary, but still within the context of the game. But then you have what can only be described as intentional cheap shots, and that Kennedy Carter shoulder check. Come on, Clark wasn't even involved in the play. She was waiting for an inbound pass, and Carter runs up and knocks her to the ground for absolutely no basketball reason. That's not defense. That's not physicality. That's targeting, plain and simple. Here's what really frustrates me about this situation. The league has been responsive. They've upgraded several calls to flagrant fouls after review, which shows they recognize there's a problem. But some of the reaction from WNBA legends and media personalities has been absolutely disappointing. Take Cheryl Swoops, for example. Instead of condemning dangerous plays, she's been defending the players, making them she's been caught, spreading misinformation about Clark's records and accomplishments. This is a WNBA legend we're talking about. When former players are endorsing this behavior, what message does that send to current players? Now, I think we need to address the elephant in the room here. There are complex dynamics at play when a rookie comes in and immediately changes the entire conversation around a league. Clark has brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA. Attendance is up. Viewership is at historic highs. Everyone's talking about women's basketball. And look, I get it. If you're a veteran who's been grinding in this league for years without that level of recognition, that has to create some complex feelings. It's human nature to feel frustrated when someone new gets all the media attention, the endorsement deals, the packed arenas. That's understandable. But here's where I draw the line. None of that justifies dangerous play on the court. None of it. We can have conversations about media coverage. We can discuss how the league markets its stars and whether all talented players are getting fair recognition. These are valid discussions that the WNBA community should be having. But player safety cannot be compromised regardless of these other issues. The irony here is that the targeting is completely counterproductive. Clark's popularity is helping the entire league. Those historic attendance and viewership numbers, they benefit everyone. Players, teams, the league as a whole. When you try to hurt the player bringing that attention, you're essentially sawing off the branch you're sitting on. And honestly, some of the most exciting WNBA moments this season have been the legitimate competitive matchups between Clark and players like Angel Reese. When they're playing basketball, pushing each other to be better within the rules of the game, that's compelling sports entertainment. That's what makes people want to tune in. But when it crosses into targeting and cheap shots, it diminishes everyone involved. It makes the league look unprofessional. It puts players at risk. And it turns what should be a celebration of athletic excellence into a sideshow. So what needs to happen going forward? First, the league needs to be more proactive. Clearly, the threat of flagrant foul calls isn't deterring some of these plays. Maybe we need steeper penalties, bigger fines, longer suspensions. Whatever it takes to send the message that player safety is paramount. Second, the veterans and media personalities need to be more responsible with their platforms. You can critique without endorsing dangerous play. You can have complex feelings about a player's media coverage without undermining their safety on the court. The bigger picture here is that the WNBA is at a crossroads. They have more attention and more potential than they've ever had before. How they handle these issues will set the tone for the league's future. Do they want to be known for great basketball and athletic excellence, or do they want to be known for drama and targeting? Look, competitive tension between players can be great for sports when it's channeled properly. Some of the best rivalries in sports history have involved players who genuinely didn't like each other but still competed within the rules. That edge, that competitive fire, that's what makes sports compelling. But there's a line between competitive intensity and dangerous targeting. And we've seen that line crossed too many times this season. The WNBA has worked too hard and too long to get to this level of recognition, to let interpersonal conflicts and jealousy derail the momentum. This league has incredible talent, amazing athletes, and now it has the attention it deserves. Let's make sure that attention stays focused on the basketball, not on who's going to take the next cheap shot. What I want to see in the remaining games this season is simple: great basketball. I want to see Clark and Reese and all these talented players competing at the highest level. I want the focus to be on skill, strategy, and athletic excellence, not on targeting, not on drama, not on manufactured controversy. The WNBA has never had more potential than it does right now. Everyone involved, players, coaches, media, fans, needs to recognize that opportunity and act accordingly. Because when this league succeeds, everyone wins. That's my take on this situation. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think the flagrant fouls have gotten out of hand, or is this just part of competitive basketball? And if you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more sports commentary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next on